All right, everyone, welcome back to week 4 of our gaming challenge, where I have taken the lead for the first time since season 1, week 3, which I gave it away to Jamie. He kept it the whole season. Stone pretty much had it the whole season last year, except for a couple weeks, but um, didn't have the best week as a group. 9 and 10, kind of meh, -2 units. Actually, that's wrong. I made a mistake there. Stone just told me I had made a mistake. So we were actually 8 and 11. I'll make sure we change that. We'd be -3 units. So even worse than I had originally put out there. But with that, I'll pass it over to Jamie. He's 9 and 9 this season. He's in second place for his opening remarks.
Yeah, I mean, just simply, I stated last week I need to get the player props because games are unpredictable, and three of my picks went the wrong way within like the last couple minutes. Uh, anyone that followed me on the pod, that was really rough watching some of those 1 o'clock games. I mean, a lot of blocked extra points or field goals that really turned the game around, but we're looking to get back on the horse. Hopefully, get some regression to the mean. Those are outliers, some of those finishes. So, get back on it here.
All right, so Stone, he is 6 and 9 this year. Dominated us last season, but got off to a slow start last season. Heated up, set all the records for us. So, any comments?
It's trying to start heating up again here soon. It seems like picks I make outside of this have been dominating all year. It's just everything I put up on the pod, it just seems to turn to shit. So gonna try and turn that around this week and
Thank you.
hopefully get some get hot and get some wins. I will say my Lamb line was pretty unlucky for the touchdowns, but just the way it goes.
All right, so let's get into the picks. We're going to have 18 total picks this week for week 4. We'll start game side first, like we normally do. It'll be myself with 4, Stone with 2, and then Jamie with 3, just based off units. And I'll get us started. I'm going to take Baltimore -2.5 versus Kansas City. It is very interesting. One of these teams is going to be 1 and 3 after this game. That's -120. Sorry. I think this is a stretch where Baltimore gets that 6 wins in a row, or it kind of hits in their stride. I don't like the way Kansas City's played all year. I know they kind of got a win on the road last week, but I think Baltimore's better right now. And this seems like a game they win early and then they lose in the playoffs to the same team. So I'm taking the 2.5.
It seems like the Chiefs are playing the same they did last year, but they're not getting away with it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a good offense. It seems like they can't run the ball. They don't have like an explosive playmaker. It's just their defense is elite, but it seems like they are not getting away with it like they were last year.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot easier of a pick on that game, but see how the rest of these
I mean,
picks go.
2.5 point. I mean, it's in Kansas City, so it's crazy that the line is like that.
I'm not. I mean, are we talking about like over under? Baltimore's given up how many points every single week? The over under is like 48. I think they're averaging like 60 some points in Baltimore
Are you
games.
taking that right now? Because you're up.
No, no,
I
no,
think
no.
I'm up.
Okay. I didn't know if you just segued that into your pick. I was.
I just I had to put it out there.
All right.
All right, I've been
Someone feel free to take it, but
one of the few picks I've been winning. It seems like is when I pick the Chiefs spread lines. So I'm gonna take them again this week. They're -6 at -110. They're playing the Giants. They are benching Russell Wilson, but Jackson Dart's first game ever against this Chargers defense. I don't think they're gonna improve that much to where this is a scary line. I had it at
You said
-6,
-6, and what was that?
-110.
Okay, I thought you said Chiefs, not Chargers. I was like crazy confused. I said, where did you get?
he did say
Oh,
Chiefs because we were talking about it. But
Oh, my bad.
yeah,
I got Chiefs in the head. Okay.
that is officially a snipe. I had that one. And
Oh,
I knew you were going to take it. I mean, it's a great pick. The Chargers defense is amazing.
I think they're
And
one of the best
Jacksonville,
teams in the
I
NFL
mean,
right now. It seems like.
yeah. So
hmm
against a very bad, we got backups everywhere on the Giants. I mean, they can't even get Neighbors the ball. So yeah, I think they can cover that touchdown pretty easily. All right, that was my best pick, so that hurts a little bit. I'm gonna go with Green Bay over 27.5 points at
So
plus
snipe.
100.
Yep.
So if Connor did research, everyone knows Dallas's defense is not good. They are allowing 30.7 points per game right now, and obviously they're motivated. So I think they go in there and they smack Dallas, or at least it's a high-scoring game.
Yeah, I haven't been a great host yet this year, but let me just add some numbers into this. So Stone right now is 2-0 when picking the Chargers, so this will be his third Chargers pick, so he's keeping his streak alive. And then Jamie is 2-1 doing the team totals, which is on a pace that is unheard of for the pod for the team totals. It seems like a new strategy for him. So starting out, both people starting off with things they've been winning on. So all right, I'll go from here then. And that was a snipe. I was going to take that one next. That line opened at 5.5. Me and Stone were talking about it Sunday night. I locked it in on Sunday night. Now it's already at 7.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go to a different game. I'm going to take the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions over 44.5. Not a very high total. That's minus 105. Detroit offense has just been looking better and better. I know Cleveland has been pretty stingy on defense, and their offense isn't really popping yet. But if they get to 14, if they get to 20, I think that Detroit scores over 24.5, and they kind of hit this. I just like the way Detroit's defense is going at home and the at home form in their dome.
All right, for my next one, I think this is going to be a high-scoring shootout game. I think it's going to be a pretty good game. But Indianapolis versus the LA Rams, I'm going to take the over at 49.5 at minus 115. Both teams have looked really good this year. The Rams should have won last week. I think they're going to bounce back and try and put up some points. And we've seen Daniel Jones somehow coming out looking like a great quarterback. So I think both offenses are good. Neither of their defenses are elite, so I'm not too worried about a low-scoring game. So I think it's gonna be a shootout.
All right, this is the first over/under pick for Stone this year, so we'll see how that
Good old
goes.
Indiana Jones, man. Breakout season.
Somehow.
Oh, I like that. I haven't heard that
You haven't
yet.
heard that?
I haven't heard that yet. I like that.
It's a good nickname for sure.
Mhm.
So I'll take Minnesota minus 3.5 versus Pittsburgh, and I did not write down the odds. It's probably around the 112 area, but let me see here.
Let me check because I think I'm going to.
It's at minus 2.5 on DK right now.
Yeah, I think you can get a better number than that,
Okay,
Jamie.
Minus
let's give
115.
let's
Yeah.
do minus 2.5 at minus 115. It changed on me. Maybe I wrote it down wrong. It's possible. I saw
Yeah,
it and
cool
I was
move.
so excited about it. Yeah, so at minus 2.5 at minus 115. It's a London game, so technically it's a home game for Pittsburgh, but it won't really be. They say defense travels, and that they looked amazing last week, and they might actually play better with Carson Wentz at QB than with JJ McCarthy.
That's
So
very possible. Very possible.
all
Seems
plus things for
unreasonable.
me. I just think Aaron just can't keep this up, right? I mean,
All right. I am going to make this. I feel like I had it in my notes as I was looking at my phone, and I don't. I think I'm going to make this our first head-to-head of the season because my next pick is going to be Pittsburgh plus 2.5, and that is at minus 105. I think this it's across, like you said, it's in Europe. I don't know. I'm just ready for Wentz to just have a Wentz day, and I will take 2.5 points against Carson Wentz, and to make it a little more exciting. That's why I was surprised when you said 3.5 because I was about to move mine to plus 3.5. Yeah, and with that, when picking, the spread, I'm 4-0 this year. So I'm not saying you're going to lose, but you might lose. But I'll just leave it at that.
Gotta lose
Wow.
one of them eventually, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't get to see
Statistically.
Wentz at all last week. Like, literally didn't get to
Yep.
see him like play like an actual like normal game. It seems like.
Their defense has been playing super good, helping him out. But eventually he's going to have to do something. And
Well,
I
you
don't
know
believe in
what
him.
Pittsburgh's defense is not good at? Stopping the rush.
Yeah, doing anything.
So, I mean, do they have to see him? I mean, they just run Jordan Mason 40 times.
True. But I'm going to take Pittsburgh and the points in a weird game in Europe at 9 a.m. All right,
9:30.
Stone, we're going to pass you because that was your last game pick. And Jamie, back to you for your third pick on this.
So, I mean, I mentioned it earlier. This was, it was a backup pick that I wrote down. And because Stone stole the Chargers, I will go with the over in the KC Baltimore game. That's over 48.5 points. And that's at minus 120.
Nice. I like that one. I had it on my ticket, but not something that I had it down there pretty far. I like Baltimore minus 2.5 better, I think. But anyway, yep, last one I have. Boy, this is going to be a stinker, but I just cannot see that number of points up there and not take it as a fourth pick here. And so this is a massive stinker. But I'm going to take the Tennessee Titans plus 7.5 against the Texans. The Texans have looked pretty bad. Offenses hasn't looked great. I don't know. It looks a couple times they haven't looked good, and I'm going to say that Ward keeps it within 7.5, and that is at minus 125. Pretty chalky, but I feel like you should be able to take the chalk when you're betting on the Titans. That's all I got to say about that.
Well, Connor, you wouldn't know this, but once you get up into the high pick territory, you have to take some chalk sometimes. I mean, just the sheer amount of picks.
Yeah, I just figured I might as well grab some points for pick number 4, and I think the Texans have looked really bad. All right, so that's going to take us over to the player side because of the Stone admitted that I had his ticket wrong. I had him at 2-0. So instead, we're going to go. Jamie's going to get 2, Stone's going to get 2, and then I'm going last. I'm going to get 2 because I was 0-3 last week. So, Jamie, whenever you're ready.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I took an under last week. I'm going to take an under this week. I'm going to do Montgomery under 45.5 yards. That's at minus 112, and that's versus that Browns defense. They're serious. That is a brick wall, and he has split carries with Jahmyr Gibbs, and I feel like they to loosen up that defense, they're going to have to rely on Jahmyr rather than a battering ram.
Cool. I'm next, right?
Yep.
All right. We mentioned this earlier, but the Dallas defense is absolutely horrible. Their secondary is absolutely horrible, and I'm gonna go with the rookie Matthew Golden over 46.5 receiving at minus 111. I think him and Jordan Love have been really close on some big plays, and I think this is the week that they finally connect, and Golden has his first breakout game of the season. It's kind of easy against the secondary, but I'm gonna be targeting the Dallas defense a lot this year.
I agree, which is going to segue to my next pick. But before that, I'm going to say Jamie is 3-2 on running back picks. Stone is 0-2 on wide receiver picks. So we got a little mismatch here. But I totally agree. I think Dallas made Russell Wilson look like his career wasn't over 2 weeks ago with 400 yards. I actually don't like Golden that much. I think 46.5 is too high for him, but I think their number one target is the tight end, and I'm going to take Tucker Kraft over 42.5 at minus 110. He dominated the Commanders a couple weeks ago whenever they played, and it seems like every time I turn it on, he's either catching a touchdown or I'm seeing a highlight from him. So that's where I'm at.
He's questionable, so that might be one to monitor.
That's good. That's super good, Jamie.
He got injured in practice last week, but he still played, so it's probably related to that, I imagine.
Maybe that's why he was lower than the 2 wide receivers. I thought it was just Dallas's defense, but all right.
Now you got me thinking about Jordan Love's passing yards. I mean, we just have two. I mean, if he has two
What's
people
his line?
going over, you don't think he's gonna 236.5.
I mean,
I mean,
I think
like,
he crushes that.
yeah, I mean, let's take it. I was going to go in another way, but I'm going to go for it. Might as well be all in here. Jordan Love, 236.5 passing yards, the over at -112. You guys talked me into it. I don't know.
All right.
Nothing needs more to be said. Bad defense.
All right, for my
All right.
next one, I'm gonna take Travion Henderson over 38.5 rushing yards at -114. Last week we saw Ramondre Stevenson have two absolutely horrible fumbles, and then for some reason they put Antonio Gibson in the game, who has an absolutely horrible fumble. And then finally Henderson gets in the game, and he actually looks like a competent running back. I think they're gonna start moving more towards a rookie, especially because of those fumbles last week. And I think the Carolina rush defense is not good. So I think Henderson will get some more opportunities this week.
He says the defense is not good. I just bet on Bichon against that same defense last week, and they held them.
That's true.
They held them
But
like 68 yards.
I think they're
That
still like
felt
top
like an
five,
outlier.
and they're still bottom five in rush yards given up even after that, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a close game, it'll be better. I think, it's 30-0 at one point. The Falcons just gave up.
I can't believe they got shut out by the Panthers. That's crazy.
My one game pick that wasn't a gut wrencher was just completely the worst pick of all time. I mean, 38 points in the other way, I think,
Yeah, I lost it by 38. Okay. Man, I'm so torn because I have so many of these that I like. I'm going to do the unthinkable. 46, 42. That doesn't get you to 236. So we're going to add a third. We're
I
going to
don't
pick
hate it.
Romeo Dobbs. And Romeo Dobbs is 42.5. I didn't think someone was picking Golden. I thought I was going to get sniped on Kraft or Dobbs. Those are my first two at 42.5, -110. I just thought all the numbers on the board were low. I'm starting to worry that maybe the game script for this is they just dominate them so bad that they don't even have to throw it, and then we lose everything. But I love 46.5. I thought 42.5 on two dudes against the worst secondary. We're either gonna have a great week or a terrible week.
Yeah, I don't think we've gone this hard against the team before, so there's some potential for some absolute heartbreak here.
We are.
Or
Okay.
fans, ride or die, baby. Ride
Or
or
we
die.
go 3-0 on these picks and absolutely crush it.
4-0.
4-0.
Yeah. Sunday night. I mean, it's going to be a very exciting Sunday night.
Dallas
right.
does have, I mean, they have a mediocre rush defense. I mean, they only allowed 87 yards last game, so.
I feel like
For
I
what it's
watch them
worth.
and I feel like they give up 40-yard pass plays all the time. I was not.
Pass play. I was talking about the rush defense is somewhat
The rush
decent.
defense.
This
That's what I'm saying, plays in.
This podcast is Caleb Williams hater, and he looked elite last week. Russell Wilson threw 400 40
That is
yards
so
or
true.
something.
Oh my goodness! I'm so glad you said that. We are the most Caleb. That was like a derivative Caleb Williams hater pick. Like if he could do it, everybody.
DeAndre Swift threw like a volleyball set for a flea flicker, and he still threw a touchdown.
Yeah, man, that was a horrible flea flicker.
It still worked.
Man.
They are.
Yeah, he didn't
so
even look
bad.
at that. No, he didn't even look at that. He grabbed that ball and just said, "He's down there."
It's absolutely crazy. Speaking of this game, his line's not out yet, but if it was, I would 100% be taking the Micah Parsons sack line, whatever it is.
100%.
But it's not
yeah.
out there yet.
Dude, if it's anything less than 2, I will take 2 all day. I think he gets 2 sacks. Yes.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I think the line
He's
will
getting
probably be
1.
like 1, like the over.
Okay.
He's getting 1 guaranteed. They're gonna give him 1.
I agree. I think he dominates him. I think they dominate the game. If it was 5.5 still, that would have been my number 1 pick. But
they will run like a D line slant or crossing whatever play so that he gets through at least once.
are you saying take him for a touchdown? I'm kidding. All right, let's go to the touchdown.
What's our TD
Um,
parlay?
Yeah, let's go try to transition to the touchdown parlay. So, worst week we've had so far, 1 and 2. We've been getting at least one leg of a round robin if you've been doing it that way. Still haven't hit the parlay -3 units, but we're 5 and 4. So I mean, it's still pretty good percentage. Most of these picks are positive picks, or will eventually by the end of the season average out to that. And so with that, I have 2 in a row. So how we'll do. I'll go first. Stone has the second most, and then Jamie can go last. I am going to take a really, really chalky pick, and it's because I just do not think you get this guy later in the season for anything less than this, and I would rather use it now than later. And that is Bijan Robinson, and that is at -180. I think last week it was something. I know they had an absolute dud game, but I think last week it was like in the 200s. The week before that on Monday Night Football, it was in the 200s, and so -180 kind of caught my eye, and they're playing the Commanders, so we'll see what happens.
Isn't our rush defense kind of good?
Yeah, I'm kind of picking it more just based off the swing. That's like almost like a 60 or 80.
I guess he can get a receiving
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna
I
go
mean,
with
coming
the
off a
guy.
bad game.
I'm gonna go with the guy who has been absolutely dominating, but has not scored a touchdown yet, and that's Puka Nakua at -105. Pretty good
Nice.
odds.
I think he has scored a touchdown,
Oh, has he? Okay.
but he scored a rushing touchdown
Oh,
on an
that's
end
why.
around.
That's probably why.
Yeah. But
He's getting a
what
passing
I'm
touchdown today.
hell yeah, let's go.
Specific.
What was the I'm sorry, I
-105.
was in love that. All right, Jamie.
So synergy with my Vikings pick. I'm going to go Jordan Mason. That's at -130.
All right, so we have a bunch of a bunch of minuses on the board. It's maybe the first time ever we had that. I've noticed we've been doing the strategy a little bit different this year. Last 2 years we saved some of the kind of chunkier ones till the end. This year we're getting out of the way early, but that parlay would be +437. Right, so hopefully we hit this one, get in the positives, stay in the positives for the rest of the season. I don't have anything else on my notes. Does anybody have anything else they want to?
Nope.
All right.
Hopefully
Well,
we get
thanks.
some more wins this week.
Yeah, let's see a good week. Let's have a dominant Packers win on Sunday night, and then we will roll next week with start building up those picks. But thanks for joining us. See everyone next week.
Go Packers.